Hello everyone, this is Jonathan Winder, and this is Mod 12, our case study on who should create the school's vision. We're going to take a look at the dilemma that Principal Potter finds herself in the Lightville Community School District and try to find some solutions to her problem. First, let's take a look at the importance of developing a vision. School vision statements outline a school's values and objectives. A school's vision and mission are important for keeping a school focused on its core purpose. The statements can act like a guiding north for administrators who aim to make decisions that live up to the statements. One of the most important responsibilities of any leader is establishing a vision and inviting others to share in its development. A school must have a vision that all staff and community members recognize as a common direction of growth, something that inspires them to be better. Summarizing the case and establishing the facts. Principal Susan Potter has been hired to lead a new middle school in a rural community. The community was divided from the beginning on the decision to build the new middle school, bringing about immediate challenges for Ms. Potter. 53% of the people were for it, and 47% of the people were against it. While there, she is responsible for making staffing decisions, organizing school programs, and collaborating with architects. To help make some decisions, she formed an advisory committee, or what she called a vision and planning committee. The first task for the committee is to develop and implement a school vision statement for the new school. Continuing the summary and taking a look at some conflicts that Mrs. Potter is going to face. The committee thinks Ms. Potter should be the chair and develop the vision statement because she is a visionary leader. They will then let her know if they approve of her vision statement. So they're kind of wanting to stay out of it and kind of put it all on her. Ms. Potter would like Helen Burke, the English teacher, to be chair. Ms. Burke happens to be the sister of a school board member. Ms. Potter feels the vision statement should be a reflection of the community and all of its stakeholders. Therefore, she would like to get input from everyone in the community to design and implement the vision statement. What is a visionary leader? I believe a visionary leader is one who has a clear vision on where things will go. They also understand the process it will take to get there. Let's take a look at the legal or ethical issues that would be in this case. I don't believe there are any legal issues here. Nobody was harmed. There was no law contravened. There was no breach of contract, discrimination, or harassment. Some ethical issues you could consider would be the committee resisting collaboration and teamwork and basically not agreeing with their other duties as assigned. Also, the politics involved with Helen's brother on the school board. Not totally knowing what Helen's motives are could cause Ms. Potter some issues as well. Synthesize. Newly hired Principal Potter is trying to collaboratively design a school vision, but is getting resistance from the advisory committee. Synthesizing the facts, taking a look at the people in this case. Number one was Principal Potter. She was the newly hired principal coming from an assistant position in the suburbs. Then you have Superintendent Rawlings. He recommended the option of the new middle school to the board and provided input to Susan for the advisory committee. Helen Burke is a veteran English teacher who has a brother on the school board. Dan Kelby is a PE teacher who agrees with Helen that Principal Potter should develop the vision. The advisory committee is made up of 4 teachers and 4 parents to help with the implementation of the school vision. Then we have our stakeholders, the school board, and community members who were split on the decision for the new school. Looking at the place, the Lightville Community School District serves 2 rural townships. Over 60% of its residents live on farms. They have also been experiencing population growth due to being 10 miles from a major city and having low land costs. Synthesizing the facts, the program we're talking about. It is a middle school housing 6th through 8th grades. Reviewing and prioritizing the information. Yes, I believe the situation or the decision could be damaging to the stakeholders in the community. Division in the community could become worse if the school ends up being a negative thing financially or things don't go well internally. Principal Potter and the advisory committee all have an important stake in the outcome. I don't believe there are enough stakeholders involved. I think that more stakeholders need to be consulted and involved in the outcome of the school vision. There's definitely more to learn. More stakeholders need to be brought into the mix to make the best decision for the school and community. If it were me, I would like to consult with administrators, the board, and more stakeholders to develop those relationships and kind of show them who I am, being new, and then make the best decision for the school vision. Taking a look at the 3 options and possible consequences. Option number 1 would be to kind of drag your feet, take no action. Problem is there's nothing developed and you're not doing what's best for kids. Option 2, you could develop the vision like the committee wants. The consequence would be it's not a shared vision. You could also become the scapegoat in the community or the school and be blamed if it doesn't work or it's not a good statement. Option 3, I would survey the community to find core values, continue developing the relationships with the current committee and stakeholders around you. I would bring in all administrators, including the elementary administration and the high school administration, have them join the committee and get their input. I would also grab some more stakeholders for a larger committee, possibly people from your site council or other things like that that are a voice in your community. Together, we will collaboratively develop the vision and mission using data from the community survey. One consequence would be if you couldn't develop the relationship with Helen. Evaluating options, the pros and cons of all 3 options. The pros of option 1, I don't believe there are any. The cons obviously would be that there's no vision developed and you are not getting the job done and helping kids. The pros of option 2, you have a vision and your committee is pleased. On the flip side, the cons of option 2 would be that it's not a shared vision, there's no collaboration taking place, and you're not getting input from enough stakeholders. The pros of option 3, you're developing relationships, working relationships with people you're working with every day, as well as more of those stakeholders. It is a collaboratively developed statement. It's a shared vision using important core values of the community. The cons of option 3, I don't believe there are any, other than, like I said, if your relationship with Helen doesn't progress. Choose the best option. I believe it's very clear that option 3 is the best option. I think you need to survey the community to find its core values, continue developing the relationships with your current community or your current committee and its stakeholders. Bring in all your administration and have them join your committee and more stakeholders for a larger committee. Together, we will collaboratively develop the vision and mission using data from the community survey. I believe this option brings more unity and diversity into the statement by collaborating with more stakeholders. You're getting input from every level of the school with all your administration involved, and your community shows how much you care. It also shows you are very attentive to the concerns of all stakeholders. Collaborating with a large number of stakeholders in the community as well. It is a creative option using technology to collect data from the community. Let's imagine I were going to implement this decision. Step number 1, I would continue developing those relationships with staff and the committee and community members and stakeholders. Step number 2, I would consult other administrators and stakeholders, have them join the advisory committee, ultimately get their input. Step 3, I would develop an online Google Forms survey with the committee. I would get approval on that, and then survey the community and get their thoughts. Step 4, I would analyze the data from the survey results. Step 5, collaboratively design a vision statement with the advisory committee using the input from the data collected in the community survey. Using that data, you should have a true reflection of the values and priorities of the school and community. Step 6, I would share or embed the vision into the school culture. I would model the vision daily myself. And then as a community, all of us, including our stakeholders, need to live the vision. In conclusion, I believe it's very clear that option 3 was the best choice for the situation Ms. Potter was in. She was new to the district, creating a need for more relationships to be formed and developed. Getting to know those she was working with and showing them her true passion for the job is important. It was also clear that she needed more input from all administrators and stakeholders. A community-wide survey would provide data needed to develop the vision. The statement is a reflection of the entire school community and needed their input. By doing all of these things, it becomes a collaborative effort to develop the statement. The vision statement now encompasses the values and priorities of the entire community. Here are my references used for my case study. I really enjoyed this class and getting to know all of you. I learned a lot, and I wish you well in your future endeavors.